Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you, learners? Today we are going to revise a few rules to put a comma. The rule which we already learned in unit number 3 was that we can put a comma in between a dependent and independent clause. But there are few more ways that we can use a comma. So what is a comma? Let's revise. A comma is a punctuation mark that indicates a pause is needed in a sentence. Commas help to clarify meaning for the reader. So let's see. Rule number 1. Always use commas to separate items in a series or a list. Example. I went to the grocery store to get green beans, comma, cheddar cheese, comma, and garlic. Some would say that the comma is not required before and. Yes, this is optional. This morning I went for a walk, comma, read in my book, comma, and ate breakfast. So here this whole sentence has been separated because it's having more than one clause. I went for a walk, one clause, read in my book, clause number 2, and ate breakfast is clause number 3. So we can also separate the clauses in a sentence. Rule number 2, use a comma to separate two or more adjectives, but it can only happen if we can put and in between them. Johnny is a smart, kind boy. So we can also say Johnny is a smart and kind boy. Instead of and, we are putting a comma here. Rule number 3, use a comma before and after an appositive. What's an appositive? An appositive is a noun that renames another noun. Example, my sister Martha is in high school. So my sister and Martha both are the same person. So we can also omit my sister and we could say Martha is in high school. But as we want to give further information about Martha, we are using the appositive, my sister. Our neighbors, the Smiths, came for dinner last night. So our neighbors is an appositive. The US capital, Washington DC, is a beautiful city. So we can also say Washington DC is a beautiful city and we can omit the appositive, which is the US capital. Use a comma when a sentence begins with an introductory word or phrase. Yes, I got your email. Therefore, you do not need to send it again. Use a comma when addressing someone. Mary, what was the name of that book you loved? I hope you can make it to my party. Larry. So before Larry we have got comma and after Mary we have got a comma. Rule number 6. Use a comma before and after words used to interrupt a sentence. So the example is, typing, however, is a very quick and neat. So the sentence, typing is very quick and neat, is being interrupted by adding in a conjunction, a subordinate conjunction which is however. Handwriting, on the other hand, can be easier for some. So handwriting has been interrupted by on the other hand. That's why we have used comma after handwriting and after on the other hand. Remember to check your notes which you have made during the lesson and review your parts of the video that you need to in order to attempt your exercise. Jazakallahu khairan kaseeran.